Earl Warren was born on March 19, 1891 in Los Angeles, California. He served in the Army during World War I and obtained the rank of first lieutenant. After his discharge in 1918, he committed himself to public service, working as the Deputy District Attorney for Alameda County, California. In 1925, he was elected County District Attorney. Warren advocated for the detention of Japanese Americans in California during World War II. He regrets his decision to help orchestrate a plan that removed more than 100,000 people of Japanese heritage from their homes and livelihoods and placing them in internment camps. Warren won governorship in 1942, which he held for 3 terms. He reduced taxes, created an emergency fund for the state, and increased local spending on higher education and care for the elderly. In 1953, Warren was appointed Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. Warren was a judicial activist, which means that he believed that the Constitution should be interpreted with the times. Eisenhower later remarked that his appointment of Warren was the biggest damned fool mistake I ever made. Warren helped end school segregation with the court decision of Brown versus the Board of Education in 1954. He stated, "In the field of public education, the doctrine of separate but equal has no place. Separate educational facilities are inherently unequal." Asked by Lyndon B. Johnson, Warren ran the investigation of the JFK assassination. This became known as the Warren Commission. Investigators asserted that Kennedy had been killed by a lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald. The court found no evidence of Oswald's involvement in a larger conspiracy. In 1969, Warren retired from the Supreme Court. Warren died on July 9, 1974 of congestive heart failure. In a quote by Thurgood Marshall about Warren, he says, "When history is written, he'll go down as one of the greatest Chief Justices the country has ever been blessed with."
Argued on March 29, 1961, and eventually decided on June 19, 1961, Mapp v. Ohio would break way to the age of protest and the people's power. The 60s were a time of revolution and discovery of who we were. The judicial system was not excluded from this. Dalrymple Mapp was on trial for possession of obscene materials, but the evidence that sent her to jail was collected during an openly illegal raid of her residence. Her case was heard under Warren Supreme Court after Mapp had lost her case in Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court, had filed in the Court of Appeals, and went through the Supreme Court of Ohio. The detainment of Mapp had violated the Fifth Amendment's statement, "No one shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law." This sentiment was also expressed in the 14th Due Process Clause, and the officer's inability to present a warrant went against the Fourth Amendment's search and seizure. The court decided any evidence found through legal methods was inadmissible in court, thus creating the exclusionary rule, and Mapp was admitted to have been wrongfully charged.
I've got to let you go. You gotta let me go.
This case set a precedent for cases to follow, allowing key pieces of evidence from seeing the court. Many in the law enforcement grow to loathe this ruling as it leaves them with a flimsy case if proper precautions are not taken while collecting evidence.